This is the Snow Queen. Once there was a wicked imp who made a magical mirror. Everything that it reflected looked ugly and mean. The most beautiful princess would look ugly and dreadful. The sunniest day would seem oh so rainy and cold. One day, some careless sprites took the mirror, but it fell from their hands and it smashed into tiny little specks, each no bigger than a grain of sand. The glass specks got into people's eyes and it made everything look bad. As everything looked bad to them, also some specks became caught in people's hearts, making them feel cross and grumpy. A few of the specks from the mirror floated towards a faraway place where there were two best friends and neighbours called Gerda and Kay. The pair spent endless days together in the winter. Gerda's grandmother told them wonderful stories while the snow swirled outside. The Snow Queen brings the winter weather, she would say. Perhaps in at the window. And then she peeps in at them. So, if you notice her, you might notice that she is peeping in at the windows and leaving icy patterns on the glass. In the summer, the children would play in the little roof garden between their houses. One sunny day, they were reading together while Kay let out a cry. Ouch! I feel a pain in my chest. And now there's something in my eye, he exclaimed. Specks from the imp's magic mirror had caught in Kay's eye and his heart. These roses stink, he said with a frown. Gerda couldn't understand why Kay was suddenly so cross. Kay was bad-tempered throughout the summer and the autumn, and was still cross when winter came. One snowy day, Kay stormed off with his sleigh, looking for ways that he could cause some mischief. So, as he walked off with his sledge, suddenly a large white sleigh swept past Kay. Ooh, that looks interesting, he thought. And Kay quickly hitched his sledge to the back. With a swoosh, Kay was off. The sleigh pulled him through the streets faster and faster, out of the town and into the countryside. When the sleigh finally stopped, a majestic figure turned slowly towards Kay. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was the Snow Queen from Gerda's grandmother's story. The Queen kissed Kay's forehead, and her icy touch froze Kay's heart. He forgot all about Gerda and about his home. Whoops, Daisy. The Snow Queen, though. I can't believe it. The actual, real Snow Queen. Can you believe it? The actual, real Snow Queen. What a beautiful dream. Gerda missed Kay. She searched all throughout the town and then down by the river. But Kay wasn't there. Just as she was about to give up, Gerda noticed a little boat among the rushes. Perhaps the river will carry me to Kay, she thought. She climbed in and the boat glided away. There she goes, off in her little boat, gliding away. Gerda floated along for many hours until at last the boat reached the shore. A large raven came hopping towards her. "Hello," he croaked. "Where are you going, little girl?" Gerda was amazed to hear the raven speak, but he seemed kind, so she told him all about Kay. "I think I have seen your friend," said the raven. "A young man that sounds like him. He's married a princess close by. My sister lives at the palace and she can take you to him." "Ooh, thank you so very much." "Ooh, this is a bit dark and gloomy. Gosh." Whoa. That night, the raven's sister led Gerda up a narrow staircase to the palace bedroom, where the prince and princess slept. Gerda lifted her lamp. "Kay!" she cried excitedly. "It's me, Gerda!" The prince opened his eyes and gazed at her in surprise. But he wasn't Kay. Poor Gerda, she was hungry and far from home. She told the prince and princess her story, and the princess hugged her. "Let us help you," she said. "Sleep here tonight, and tomorrow you can continue your journey in comfort." The next morning, Gerda was given warm clothes and a golden sleigh. She set off into the woods, but before long she was spotted by a band of robbers. "The carriage is pure gold," they hissed. The robbers sprang out and captured Gerda, ready to take her away to the castle. Suddenly, the daughter of the robber chief appeared. Her hair was tangled and her eyes were black as coal. girl was lonely and excited by the thought of new friends. Please treat her gently, the robber girl pleaded. She can stay with me. The robber's castle was guarded by mean-looking bulldogs. Magpies and rooks squawked from the crumbling battlements. Gerda was grateful to the robber girl for her kindness. She would have been very scared if she had been all alone. Inside, Gerda met the robber girl's pigeons and her pet reindeer. Gerda told her new friend about Kay. That night, as the girls slept, the pigeons began to coo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Gerda, we have seen Kay, said the pigeons. He was travelling to Lapland with the Snow Queen under her spell. Gerda sat up, feeling hopeful again. I know the way to the Snow Queen's palace, added the reindeer. Gerda woke the robber girl. And then she told her what the animals had said. The robber girl quickly untied the reindeer. Take Gerda to Lapland, she said. She must find her friend. It was a long, cold journey, but at last Gerda and the reindeer arrived in Lapland. They stopped at a crooked little cottage. The wise old woman who lived there knew all about Kay. Can you help Gerda defeat the Snow Queen? The reindeer quietly asked the wise woman as Gerda sat by the fire. The wise woman shook her head. Nope. Gerda does not need any help, she whispered. Her love for her friend is strong enough. The next morning, the reindeer carried Gerda to the edge of the Snow Queen's garden. He set her down and she started to run through the snow towards the palace. Ooh! Look! Wow! It's the beautiful Snow Queen! How magnificent! Inside the ice palace, the beautiful Snow Queen still held Kay under her spell. As she sat on her throne, the Snow Queen watched as Kay struggled to fit together some pieces of ice. You can go free when you have completed my puzzle, the Snow Queen told him. All you have to do is spell out the word eternity. Can you do it, do you think? Let's see, Kay. Can you spell out the word eternity? No matter how many times he tried to solve the puzzle, Kay could still not spell out the word. Spring is coming, said the Snow Queen. And suddenly, she rose from her throne in a great hurry. "It's time for me to make it snow on the other side of the world." She flew off in her sleigh, leaving Kay alone. At that moment, Gerda crept into the palace. "Kay!" Gerda cried. She ran to her best friend and hugged him. Her tears fell onto his chest. They melted his cold heart and washed away the specks of glass. Kay began to cry too, and his tears washed the glass from his eyes. "Gerda!" Kay shouted in excitement. The children's joy made the puzzle pieces dance among the spikes of ice, where the pieces settled again, and they spelt out the word eternity, freeing Kay from the Snow Queen's spell. The reindeer carried Gerda and Kay away from the palace to the garden and then to the edge of Lapland. Where the snow then disappeared. "This is the start of spring," said the reindeer. "And now I must say goodbye." "Goodbye and thank you," said Gerda and Kay. "Bye-bye. See you later." As the reindeer left, someone rode out of the trees on a beautiful horse and waved to them. It was the Rubber Girl. Gerda went to meet her, and they hugged each other happily. "I am glad that you found Kay," she said. "I must go now, but one day I will still visit you." Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. See you next time. Bye. Off you go. Gerda and Kay walked for days on end. Cool. Probably made their legs ache. The spring flowers bloomed and blossomed. When at last they heard the church bells ringing and knew they were close to home. "Grandmother!" called Gerda. "We're back home at last." She ran up the stairs with Kay and found her grandmother sitting peacefully in the sunshine reading her book. The old lady wrapped them in her arms and hugged them tightly. "I knew that you would come home one day," she said. As they all sat together in the little roof garden and told Gerda's grandmother all about their adventure. The end. Thank you very much. Bye bye.